Well, what a beautiful sight this is. 5 male cheetah, a coalition that we are beginning to get to know and really enjoying spending time with. We found them at about 11:30, so about 4.5 hours ago, and they've just been sleeping in the shade of this tree. They haven't had too many visitors, although one zebra did come past, huff and puff a little bit, and then continued on. So it'll be interesting to see what time they decide to get up. They look like they've got quite full bellies. I'm not sure when last they made a kill. The last confirmed kill I heard about was actually on Saturday afternoon. I'm sure they've been successful since then, judging by their bellies, and also judging by the fact that from what we've heard, these guys are incredible successful hunters, and we've already managed to see 3 takedowns, all within kind of 24 hours spent with them. So a very formidable coalition. Not too much prey around in the immediate area, but that could change at any moment. We're in a little, it's kind of slight valley, and this is interestingly not too far away from where we saw them make a kill last week Friday morning. They crossed a small riverbed which is just behind us, and I fear they may actually want to cross that riverbed and head to the northern parts of their territory to go and check in to make sure there's no intruders there. They've been in the southern parts of their territory for about a week now, so I think they're heading north to check on things up there, which means we'll have an exciting river crossing to try and work our way through in order to stay with them. You'll be glad to know that it's not just myself out this afternoon. Brent is also heading out in another part of the Masai Mara. He's going to be a little bit closer towards camp, probably looking to spend some time with the Angama pride, I guess, or I guess you'll just have to wait and see what exactly his plans are. But he's basically on the western side of the Mara River, and we've come across onto the eastern side of the Mara River. We took about a 2.5-hour drive to get into this area this morning, and took us probably another 2 hours to find these boys, but with the help of some of the guides and other vehicles that are driving around this area, we have eventually managed to work out where they were. And I'm told a lot of you guys are really ecstatic about the fact that we've got some cheetah on screen. It's probably the least viewed cat on Safari Live, but we look to change that now that we're in an area with more cheetah. Now, I did mention that Brent is also going to be out a little bit later. There's also Ali, who's going to be driving around in a different reserve in South Africa called the Sabi Sands, and that's a great place to see leopard. So who knows, we could see 2 of our spotted cats this afternoon if we're lucky. Hello to James. You're wondering if when cheetah are greeting one another, will they purr? And I have spent very little time with cheetah, James, so I'm actually not too sure of that, and I personally have not heard any cheetah purring. They've got quite interesting audio that they make. It almost sounds like birds chirping, and it's something that I'd really like to actually listen to a lot more and get to work out, because like I said, I'm a bit of a rookie when it comes to cheetahs, to be honest. Interestingly, one of the cheetah researchers who does spend quite a lot of time with these 5 males has a huge microphone that she's been recording all of their audio communications with, and she's trying to analyze and work out what it is exactly that they are saying to one another. I've only had brief encounters with her, so looking forward to spending a little bit more time with her and working out what's what. Now, on the horizon, there is a potential snack for these boys, just to the right there, Dave, the right of the tree. Now, it's a long way off now, but anything could happen. That's a Thompson's gazelle, and I'm not too sure if these guys will actually be hugely interested in Thompson's gazelle, because I think they have kind of specialized in hunting wildebeest. But the beauty of being out here is that you simply do not know what is going to happen at any moment, so there is some possible prey that could stir these boys up. Or they might just decide to go down for a drink in the riverbed that's just behind us, about 100 or 200 meters away. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what they get up to a little bit later. It's only a matter of time until they get up. Hello to Enid, who would like to know a little bit more about what would happen had these boys decide to go and chase down a Thompson's gazelle or any other prey. Will they hunt as a team? I guess they will. Enid, I personally think people give predators far too much credit regarding their strategies and planning with hunting, and that's just my personal opinion. Often people will try and draw angles and lines and use these big fancy words to explain how the lions are closing in on prey with these precise pincer movements, but it's very, very seldom like that, or at least as far as I've seen. And with these 5 boys, what I've noticed is that it's more likely that there's going to be one of them that's the main hunter and the best hunter and stalker and chaser. And as far as I'm aware, he is the male with the collar on. One of these males does have a collar on, so we'll show him to you a bit later. But he seems to be the leader of the pack. Dave's going in to show him now. And all 3 kills that have been made in the time that we have seen them make kills, it's been him, with the others following behind. Now, that's not to say that he could chase one and another one could assist in the hunt, but I think it's more through default than kind of planned teamwork. They all just run after the best possible prey item, and if they're all chasing the same one through default, then I guess it is teamwork. And there's no two ways about it. Having 5 of them together will increase their chances of bringing down prey, especially once the lead hunter has managed to latch onto it. So in this case, that individual who's got his head up now will be the one who maybe leads the charge, makes the initial contact with the prey, and then the other 4 come in and add muscle to the situation and try and help bring down larger prey items like fully grown wildebeest, which is quite a mouthful for these guys to take on, quite a handful for these guys to take on, yet they do it. So yes, there is teamwork, but I just feel that quite often people overanalyze or overemphasize the skill of the predators, whereas, to be honest, it's the skill of the prey who 9 times out of 10 escape them. Hello to Aaron. You would like to know how often will unrelated cheetahs join up to form coalitions, and I think it happens fairly commonly, Aaron. Even this coalition here, we are told, one of the members joined most recently, the smallest one, who I think is the one that is closest to us, just in front of the front one there. It's very difficult to tell them apart, but I think he is the smallest. And what one of the researchers told us is that if cheetah within 20 to 24 months of age come across another, so basically 2 years of age, if they come across another coalition of males, they can be accepted into it. They may get their fur a little bit ruffled up and there may become some kind of a skirmish initially, but if they are young enough, they can be accepted into a coalition. If they get older than 2 years or X age, then it'll become less and less likely for bigger established coalitions to accept younger males. So again, I think a lot is left unsaid, even within, with all the researchers out there. There's a lot of missing gaps in terms of information on various populations, and populations in different areas behave differently. But the more time we spend here, and with all your guys' help, identifying the different animals and keeping tabs on them and who's who and where they're moving, it'll certainly help us work out what happens with the future coalitions that may join or disband in this area. Hello to Laura. You would like to know if this coalition has a name, and we are trying to tread lightly with regards to names of animals at this stage, because we just don't want to make any mistakes. So what you often find in most wilderness areas you go to is that one camp or one group of guides may call a coalition X name, and the other camp down the stream or the other team of guides may call the same coalition something else. And we're not too sure exactly how many names there may be. We've already got misleading information for the name of the guy with the collar on. We were told it was Hunter by one person and Dartonian by another. So we're still trying to work out who's who. But yes, the name, or one of the names I've heard of this coalition is called the Musketeers. That in itself can be confusing because there's also a coalition of lion in the Mara called the Musketeers. I guess a coalition of lion and cheetah are quite easily distinguishable though. But that's the state at the moment, the state of things. And you'll be happy to know that you're about to be transported to one of our very strategically positioned river cams, who Steph is going to be driving around.